What is soil? Soil constitutes of discrete particles. Has varying in sizes, shapes, and mineralogies.
Why soil need to be classified? Classifying soils into groups with similar behavior, in terms of simple indices, can provide geotechnical engineers a general guidance about engineering properties of soils through the accumulated experience.
Soil identification and classification. What we'll discuss. 1. Particle size of gravel, sand, silt, and clay. We can clearly recognize gravel. Sand feel gritty. Silt feel slightly abrasive but not gritty. Clay feel greasy. 2. Compactness. Compactness of gravel and sand is loose or dense. Meanwhile, for silt and clay the compactness is loose, dense, or slightly cemented. Cohesion, plasticity, and consistency. Soils that stick together are silt and clay. Soil that easily molded without cracking are sand, silt, and clay. Sand, silt, and clay have consistency. 2. Test method, which is plasticity and dry strength test. This is the procedure of the plasticity test. The procedure for dry strength test. The procedure is not difficult.
Sieve test. Sieve test is a test that is conducted by allowing the soil pass through the sieve with different size to determine the distribution of particle size. This will enable us to identify the type of soil. This is the picture of the apparatus. The formula for plotting the This is the curve guide. From the shape of the graph we can determine the type of soil. We can check the soil grade with this formula. To check if it uniform graded or not we used C equals D30 over D10, and to check if the soil is gap graded we use C equals D30 squared over D60 times D10. Remember, for C equals D30 over D10 if it below 5 is uniform, but 5 and above is well graded. For C equals D30 squared over D60 times D10 if below 0.1 possible gap graded and well graded if between 0.5 and 2.
Classification system.
One of commonly used is USCS.
Unified Soil Classification System.
This system need use grain, size distribution, and plasticity of fine.
3 major categories.
If more than 50% of soil retain sieve number 200, the soil is called coarse grain soil.
And if more than 50% of soil passed sieve number 200, the soil is called fine grain soils.
Lastly, if soil have many organic compound, it called organic soil.
Definition of grain size. Examples how naming convention in USCS.
American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials. Classification system is complete system which is classifies both coarse, grained, and fine-graded soil. The original purpose of this classification system is for used road construction. In the system, the soils is divided into 7 types designated as 1 to a 7. The required tests are sieve analysis and Atterberg limit. A 1 and a 7 are further divided into 2 categories, and the soil 2 into 4 categories that's shown in this table. To classify a soil, its particle size analysis is done in the plasticity index, and the liquid limit are determined with the values of these parameters.